Hi, I'm Mundo, your one and only Mana World, and this is Zelda Universe's review of Hyrule Warriors. While The Legend of Zelda has had several spin-offs and seen characters make cameos in games like Super Smash Bros. And Soul Calibur, this is the first time that The Legend of Zelda has had a proper crossover with another series, Dynasty Warriors. I had some initial concerns about how the game would turn out, but Hyrule Warriors is surprisingly fun and has far more content than I expected. So let's focus on that one big question that you're probably all asking yourself. If I enjoy Zelda, will I enjoy Hyrule Warriors? And the answer is... maybe. Probably. Hyrule Warriors includes many references to past Zelda games, but at its core, it's a Dynasty Warriors game with a Zelda skin. If you remove the Zelda characters and settings, there are a few features remaining that come from the Zelda series. Specifically, secondary items like the hookshot, bows and arrows, and bombs have been added to try to give the game a stronger Zelda feel. The items are primarily used during boss battles. For instance, you use the bombs to defeat King Dodongo just as you would in a Zelda game. The secondary items can also be used outside of combat, but are only required to complete minor, infrequent tasks, like destroying a boulder with a bomb, or climbing a cliff with a hookshot. Hyrule Warriors is not an adventure game like The Legend of Zelda is. It's a hack-and-slash, real-time strategy war game. If you enjoy strategy games or the Dynasty Warriors series, Hyrule Warriors will be right up your alley. The story of Hyrule Warriors is played out in the game's campaign, called Legend Mode, and it is surprisingly entertaining. The story is told through a series of cutscenes and some character dialogue. The cutscenes are beautifully animated and sometimes narrated. There is no voice acting for the character dialogue, and in this way, Hyrule Warriors retains one of Zelda's traditions. But with cutscenes like this, even if you're pro voice acting, it doesn't matter. This is really cool stuff. My biggest gripe with the story mode is that they limit gameplay options. While playing Legend Mode, you can only play certain characters for each stage. Often, you can only pick between one or two characters, and frequently you're forced to play as Link. It is worth noting that when you play co-op, the second player can always choose to play any character, so thereby you can circumvent that issue. The story setting includes stages inspired by Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword. The developers have done a great job of recreating iconic areas from each game. Hyrule Warriors contains three primary modes: Legend Mode, Free Mode, and Adventure Mode. As I've said already, in Legend Mode you play through the story of Hyrule Warriors by completing missions. With a few exceptions, most missions ask you to defeat a certain enemy or boss, or capture the enemy's base. Each stage contains a number of strongholds, which the game refers to as keeps. If you capture a keep, it will become a spawn point for your army. How do you capture keeps? By defeating the hordes of enemies inside the keep until a keep boss appears. Then defeat the keep boss to capture the keep. Have I said keep enough times? Keep. Free Mode allows you to play any stage you have already completed in Legend Mode. The only difference is the ability to play as any character that you choose. The last mode is Adventure Mode. There are many more stages with a much wider variety of stage objectives. Stages in Adventure Mode will task you with defeating the enemy leader as quickly as possible, defeating a certain number of enemies within a time limit, or challenge you to only defeat enemies with certain weaknesses. There are many different scenarios, and some are harder than they first appear. The playable roster includes 13 characters from previous Zelda games such as Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, and adding to that new iterations of Link, Zelda, Impa, and Ganondorf. The last character is Lana, an original character exclusive to Hyrule Warriors. Each character is unique and comes with their own weapons, combos, and special attacks. The controls are simple enough that you can easily switch between characters. However, this can also make the choice of characters seem slightly superfluous. When the characters all play more or less the same way, it doesn't really matter who you choose to play as. Characters gain experience by defeating enemies and level up to become stronger. Additional character enhancements such as damage or new combo attacks can be obtained by getting weapons or crafting badges. When I began playing Hyrule Warriors, I had no idea what to really expect. I knew the basics of the gameplay, but I never expected to have so much fun playing the game, especially in co-op mode. The game is chock full of content, and Nintendo is planning multiple sets of DLC for the game, so there's a lot more to come. I can't recommend Hyrule Warriors to every Zelda fan, especially if you mainly enjoy the exploration or puzzle elements of the franchise. If, on the other hand, you enjoy hack and slash action or strategy games, then you'll feel right at home with Hyrule Warriors. It has a few minor downsides that are fairly easy to overcome. It's a good, fun experience that you shouldn't miss out on. Just don't expect any deep, epic gameplay heading your way. This is a good old hack and slash, lighthearted fun, with an entertaining storyline and beautiful cutscenes, and it makes for a great co-op game. For more details, check out the full written review on ZeldaUniverse.net. I'm Amadou Mundo, your one and only Man of World. Over and out.